Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today it is all officially over. Star vs. has officially aired its season finale as well as its series finale. Now, this video is not going to be the last of my Star vs. videos. There are still plenty to be made, but this video is going to be talking about Cleaved. Now, there actually wasn't that much new things to talk about because the episode was basically just Star doing what she said she was going to do in the previous episode, but there were a couple things that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, let's just go ahead and give this episode the analysis it deserves. Now, one thing I want to mention before getting into this video is the bingo cards. If you are participating in the bingo cards, you want to send me your bingo card. I will probably be taking the first 5 who send it to me, and I have had a couple people send their cards to me, so go ahead and send your cards to me if you got a bingo. So yeah, let's move on to the video. So the episode starts off with Star and Marco going into the magic dimension and finding out that the pudding that Glossary gives them is actually kind of like the cure to their mind erasing stuff, or that mind erasing effect that the magic has. So they just start eating that and then they don't get affected by it. We see Marco doing some pretty awesome magic stuff, which is really cool to see. I feel like in Deep Dive back in Season 3, seeing Marco with the wand, that was one of my favorite things in the season. That was just really cool to me back then. So seeing this again just really makes me happy, because that's something that I wish we saw more of, Marco doing magic. So that was really cool, and I really enjoyed that aspect of this episode. So Star alone is not enough to destroy the magic, but with the help of Mewni Cleaved and apparently Meteora, they are able to just pretty much use the whispering spell to destroy it. And we also see Eclipse and Meteora's butterfly forms, which is also cool to see. And then all of the past queens come to support Moon, Star, Eclipse, and Meteora in destroying this magic realm. So that was really cool to see. And later on, we see that Moon and Eclipse get some closure and just get reunited with their mothers for a little bit, so that was also cool to see. Now here's the thing, Meteora came into the magic dimension and was immediately taken out by one of the corrupted unicorns. Now to me, that was a very rushed way to get rid of Meteora. I would have liked to see Mina get to Star, Moon, Eclipse, and Meteora before they destroyed the magic, so that they could have had this 4-on-1 final battle before, defeating them and then finally destroying the magic. I feel like if they would have done that, they could have made this a 40-minute special, and that just would have given us a little bit more time, but the way it turned out was fine. It just was a little bit rushed. But then eventually they succeed in destroying the magic, and so the magic realm just starts to fall apart. All of the unicorns die, and then all the past queens start to disappear and the portals start closing. So Star and Marco turn their separate ways, Glossary sinking with his own ship. But then Star decides to go back to the magic dimension and finds Marco there. Now this is the part that I really wanted to talk about, because it is interesting how this worked, especially with the magic being destroyed already. Star and Marco say with or without magic they belong together, and that's totally true, but then they both get cheek marks. Then they create this portal under them, and then a big flash, and then Star goes back to Mewni and Marco back to Earth. But how? How did they both get cheek marks again, and how was this portal created? Now some people might say that, oh well, there was just a little bit of magic left that wasn't destroyed yet, and so they were tapping into that to create this final portal. Now while that's a valid point, I do think that it would take a little bit more than just a little bit of magic to completely cleave Earth and Mewni together. Now if we look back to Season 3, the episode Toffee, we see that Star does a very similar thing. She starts getting these cheek marks, and she's finding magic in the magic dimension, which Toffee has taken over and corrupted and basically destroyed. So my idea is, what if anybody can create little tiny small amounts of magic which normally don't really do much? But since Star and Marco are both here together, they have the power together, which is both really strong. We know that Star is an extremely strong queen, and with Marco there, they can both together create a magic that's strong enough to mend or cleave Earth and Mewni together, as well as send them back. That was the most logical explanation that I could come up with, so you can agree with that or disagree, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter because that's just what happened in the show, and it's not really, there's nothing else, so we can't really like say maybe in the future they could create some more magic, but I don't think so, because again, the show's over now, so it's not like we're going to be seeing any magic creation later in the show because it's gone. Now, Mina actually survived that, and she runs off in the woods with Manfred, but I don't think that's really, I think that they're just gonna die because, well, maybe not, but Mina's kind of crazy, so she's just kind of, she's like a wild animal, so she'll just survive in the wild with Manfred by her side. So then Ponyhead kind of describes to us what all of the other characters are doing, just giving us a little bit more closure on the characters that we aren't going to see again. And then after a little bit more dialogue and stuff, we learn that there's a portal that is connecting Earth and Mewni. Now, knowing Star and Marco, they both run to it trying to get to the other side because they want to be together, they're meant to be together, but both appear to be unsuccessful in traveling through the portal. But instead, the portal just kind of explodes, combining the two realms together. Now, this is something that has been speculated before and actually foreshadowed back since season 2, but now Star and Marco can live together forever, as well as just humans and humans finally coming back. I mean, they are still one race, obviously with some difference now, but they are going to have to learn how to survive and thrive together. Now, the ending of the show was very open. It was probably left open on purpose, just in case there was a spin-off in the future, or, maybe a continuation on season 5 if there was enough, traction or something. I don't really know. But it was left very open, and I think intentionally, because Darren did say that she wanted a season 5, but again, Disney is very strict on the 4-season cap. So she decided to give us enough of an ending not to leave us unsatisfied, but a little bit of an open one as well, just to let us either use our imaginations for the future, or possibly to leave it open just in case Disney decided to, make a season 5. Now, in my opinion, having this Earth and Mewni combination really throws off some things. There's a lot of loopholes if you really think about it, as well as just the whole universe. It kind of depended on magic as far as just portals opening up, and there's, in my opinion, there's just a lot of loopholes that don't exactly make sense. But again, it's the end of the show. We're not really going to pay too much attention to it, so I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. But in my opinion, I feel like they could have had a little bit more closure as far as maybe not completely destroying magic, maybe just destroying the casting magic and not like the interdimensional magic and the time magic and stuff. Because I mean, Hekapoo distributed a lot of dimensional scissors, and that's how the universe kind of like traveled throughout the universe. So how is that going to work now that it's gone? So again, a lot of loopholes, but again, we're just going to ignore it. But yeah, that was the ending of Star, and it's really sad to see it go. But yeah, that's going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
I just flipped a horse!